What's going on, people? Phonicz. Right to truth.
Yeah. Cool-headed, but I'm too deadly. All the way up to the top where I'm going, nigga, where you headed? King shit, overrule peasants. Don't lose your bitch for 2 seconds. All I gotta do is talk to her for a few seconds, and she'll be trying to give me smooth Beckett. Gooseneck, man, marijuana, get the move ready. Crew reppin' since 9th grade, high school freshman. Young nigga, I was too restless. You guessed it, no cap, it's a new era. Midnight with my last bitch and my last bitch. That's 2 X's, dos Equis, 2 N's. I was gone for a few seconds and came home.
What's up? Yo, welcome back to Right to Truth. This is your boy Phonicz. Yo, I'll be back on camera soon. There's not any particular reason why I'm not on camera. No reason at all, man. But yo, hope everybody is good out there. Everybody's chilling for Sunday. You know, we got the work week coming up in a few hours, and got our last holiday coming up next Monday, Labor Day. You know, before we get back into Thanksgiving and Christmas and all of that. So yeah, I hope everybody's good out there. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, man. What I really want to get into early, man, is are we seeing the end of YouTube? Are we really seeing the end of YouTube? And I ask this question because as I go through various, because I be on YouTube heavy, man. You know what I'm saying? Watching stuff, listening to stuff, and it just baffles me how many of you so-called content creators, you don't create content. Either you're stealing other people's content, or it'll be one talking point and then everybody runs with it. For example, you know, if you didn't see Larry Elder, Republican, presidential candidate, he was on the Breakfast Club, and he did his thing, and that went viral. And I see all these reaction videos. That's what they call them, right? All these reaction videos, and it's like, were you really listening to what he was saying? Or it's just something that you'll get a click from, so this is why you made a video about it? I'm pretty sure it's the latter. You weren't listening to his message. You don't care what he had to say. It's just a reason for you to get clickbait. And furthermore, all those videos I've seen, reaction videos, you think, especially with the young people, all young people, it would spark some interest in learning about politics and what's going on. No. It's just a reaction video, so somebody will click on it and I can get thousands of views. It's pathetic, man. I'm seeing this all over YouTube. Like, it'll be one story and 1 million people are doing a video about it. Yo, be original. If you're gonna do it, at least finesse it in a way where it's not the same as everybody else. And again, what did y'all really take away from that interview? I'm gonna tell you what I took away briefly, because I'm not gonna be like everybody else and just jump on the bandwagon. Yo, Larry Elder was giving them facts, and they were giving him bullshit, because that's not their lane. You see what I'm getting to? They entertain rappers and athletes and stuff like that. Stick to your lane. You're not versed in politics, Charlamagne. That chick you had on there, Teslin, she's not either. She's the one that took the brunt of it all, which she should have. She was a big joke. But this is what I hate, man, in living in today's society. Nobody has a lane. Everybody feels like they can be all over the place. You got the Stephen A. Smith show. Stephen A. Smith made his bones with sports, period. Now he wants to talk about a plethora of things. Stay in your lane, dude. You know? And the sad part is he can get though the Chris Christie's of the world and other people that come on his show because of the stature of his show. But the little shows that really dedicate their time to politics and asking really tough questions, because people like me, I don't know these people. I'm not friends with any of them. If I have Vivek Ramaswamy, I don't know him. We don't have any chummy relationship. So I'm going to ask him those tough questions and go outside of his political talking points. Not attack him, but try to practice true journalism. You know, the Stephen A's of the world, they're quick to toot their own horn about, you know, how they have all these journalistic credentials and everything, but you're doing what everybody else doing. You're in the pop culture, you're in the politics. Stay in one lane, dude, and just ride that. Everybody wants to be in every other lane but what's theirs. And everybody has an opinion. And that's perfectly fine. You can have an opinion, but at least know what you're talking about. You're going to see, as we get closer to election time, early next year, watch the dumbass athletes come out and the entertainers telling you who to vote for and telling you this party has your best interest and they're backing this person. I hate that term influencer. I'm a grown-ass man. Can't nobody influence me to do, say, or think anything, period. If you can be influenced by somebody and you're an adult, you're a weak-ass adult and you're a weak-minded adult. And you need to check yourself. So that's what they're going to do. They're going to break the Cardi B's out and all these other people, and they're going to tell you who to vote for. And many of you are going to be stupid enough to do it. Because as everybody likes to say today, you don't do your research. You're not going and checking these candidates and seeing what they really stand on and what they believe in. And that's the crazy part. A few days ago, the Republicans, those who are running for president of the United States, had a debate. Okay? They had a debate. It was entertaining, to say the least. And on the stage, you had Ron DeSantis, Vivek Ramaswamy, Nikki Haley, Tim Scott, Mike Pence, Chris Christie, Doug Burgum, and Asa Hutchinson. You know, I'm not going to make no secret about this. I do support Vivek Ramaswamy. I will be voting for him if he makes it. What angered me the most about that debate is these people want to keep the old guard. What I mean by the old guard is they want to keep the same talking points. And everybody looked like they were saying some rehearsed speech except Vivek. That's it. I'm tired of the same old talk. As he said, as he's been telling us, China is our enemy. We have to cut our dependence on things from China sooner than later. But Nikki Haley, Mike Pence, they push back on that. You know why? Because a lot of these politicians, they're secretly doing business with China. Didn't we just see this with Joe Biden and his son? Didn't we just see that in the previous president, Donald Trump, and his daughter? See, these politicians, you got to go and find the money. See, Vivek, at least he's telling, business owner, we know how he made his money. How do these other career politicians make money? Like Mike Pence or Chris Christie or Tim Scott or Nikki Haley. or even Ron DeSantis at this point. Why are they so wealthy? That's what you should be asking yourself. You know, they had a poll on his website, projects538.com, and the most thing that American people are concerned with is inflation. Let me tell you something. Let me tell y'all something. It's not inflation. It's not inflation. We're paying for what was given during COVID. See, all of y'all thought that was free money. No, that was a loan to the American people who and the government said we're going to take it back by force. So now they're talking this inflation BS. Again, you can't listen to everything they say. What are we why is there inflation? Why is gas going up? Why is the price of this? Because we are paying for what they gave during COVID. Now they want to return on their money. They want their money back, which is our money, but it doesn't matter. If this country is in such an inflation, then why are they sending blank checks to the Ukraine? All 8 of those politicians look very healthy on stage. They not just Chris Christie, but especially Chris Christie. They look like they're eating pretty good. They're not going without. See, this is the question that we have to demand from them. Politicians have gotten to the point where they think that they're going to do what they want to do. See, they tell us what we want to hear when they're running, but when they're in office, it doesn't have to be just the president. I'm talking about Congress, whatever. They're doing what they want to do. They're not listening to their constituents. And you people keep voting for them time and time again. Vivek said during the debate, I'm the only one on this stage not bought and paid for. Oh, the other politicians went in uproar, but it's the truth. They know they're all paid for by PACs and super PACs. They know it. And Pence kept killing me with the whole, since I found my faith and I'm a born-again Christian. Get out of here. We all know politicians are godless. And to get to the higher level, like vice president or president, you can't have a soul. So you say, well, what do you say about Vivek? You can't have a soul. That doesn't mean you don't know right from wrong. Nikki Haley, with her wide mouth ass, she gonna try to badger Vivek. Oh, you don't have any foreign policy experience. Look, let me tell you something. Did Trump? Did Barack Obama? Let's just be real frank about this. If we want to go with political experience, you'd have to give it to a Joe Biden and a Hillary Clinton, who spent a lifetime in politics. That doesn't mean that they know anything. And, Joe Biden, he should retire. But I'm just saying, if we're going to talk about experience, and I think America is tired of the lifelong politician, because we see that they're just smiles and all of that, and then they're doing what they want to do. They're going to pander to China. They're going to acquiesce to everything. Look at what they're doing in Ukraine. We're supposedly in inflation, and you can send billions of dollars to Ukraine against the wishes of Americans. And they've been doing this since time immemorial. They've been doing this, the Vietnam War, the Afghan. They don't ask the American people anything. They don't care about our interests. They lie and tell us that they have our best interests. And that's when we need to stop them. You don't tell me that you have. I'm telling you what my best interest is. Now, you as a public servant, go and do your damn job. This is what should be said, but it's not. It's not said at all. And I think Mr. Burgum is from he's from North Dakota, Doug Burgum. He was making a lot of sense too. I liked his demeanor. He was very calm and poised. Pence. Oh, now all of a sudden he grew a pair. He want to get all loud. He want to do his best impression of Trump. Talk after they told him the time is up. Where was you in the White House when things needed to be done? And you were just sitting around like a little errand boy. Tim Scott, never mind. Doug Christie, he's a joke too. You know, and look, and you see how unloyal these people are. Because Trump ain't, make him attorney general when he was in office. Now, all of a sudden, he didn't turn against Trump. He touts his record of being governor of New Jersey and this and that. New Jersey's a dump. It's like the other major cities in this country. You see what I'm saying? Like, we're not really truly looking at these politicians' records and holding them accountable for that. We listen to their bullshit talking points instead of saying, hold on, let me go back and Google. Let me see what this dude did. You know what I'm saying? Let me see what what the economy looked like when he was in office and how was it like, for his predecessor. We don't do any of that. And I'm tired of all these old ass people. We need somebody young with a fresh mind like Vivek, who's saying that young people in order to vote should have to take a civics test. I totally agree with that. I totally agree with instilling national pride back into the citizens of this country. I would go as far as to say there should be only one official spoken language in this country, and that's English. Vivek was explaining to them, this is missing. And you know what the other candidate? Oh, no, it's not. Oh, no, the American people, they have pride. No, they don't. Everybody is just trying to survive. And if this is going to be, if this is so-called the greatest country in the world, which I believe it is, then people should be doing more than surviving. Look, I took out my student loans. I'm responsible for them. I'm not saying you have to wipe them, wipe my account zero, but damn, can you cut me a break? You got graduates that's coming out here and trying to get jobs and they can't get paid more than $15 an hour. How do you expect them to pay student loans off? But why do these rich politicians care if their student loans are paid off? Vivek said he would pardon Trump if convicted on his first day in office. I don't see a problem with that. We have to move on from this thing with Trump. And after whatever happens to him and his trials, we need to move on as a country. That's what Vivek is talking about, bringing the country together. We are so divided now. Everybody has their own particular agenda. You have the gay community. You have the black community. You have the white community, Asians, Latinos, so on and so forth. Everybody forgetting one damn thing that's important more than anything. We're all Americans. And we have to learn how to have a healthy debate and compromise. There's too much anger and evil going on. And it needs to stop, man. It really does. We have to break away from this tribal mentality and this group mentality and, oh, they're going to do it for me and never mind everybody. It doesn't work like that, black people. This is what Larry Elder was trying to get Charlemagne's dumbass to understand. You keep talking about systemic racism and white supremacy. Number one, Charlemagne, what does that have to do? It ain't stop. If that does exist, Charlemagne, I don't want to hear it from your mouth. It's not stopping you from making the money and stuff that you make. Hold on, y'all. It's not stopping any of that. You make your money from the white man. So why are you talking about it? This is what's crazy to me with these, you know what I'm saying, these entertainers and these athletes and all of that. The same people that you talk and criticize, they sign your check. They've enabled you to have generational wealth. But yet you feel like that you're talking for a group of people. Like Charlamagne said, my people. I'm not your people. The hell are you talking about? I don't know you from a can of paint, dude. We're not people, as you say, and I wouldn't want to know you. We have to stop this, man, because it's not getting us anywhere. You know, DeSantis, he looked very phony. You know, very phony. And that's what's crazy to me. You know, Vivek is talking about all the things that, you know what I'm saying? Then everybody stole his one of his talking points when he said get rid of the Department of Education. We have to get rid of this old guard, people. We need young people in. Vivek is part of my generation. This is what we need in now. We are now the leaders. We are now taking over this country, not senior citizens. Trump is a damn senior citizen, so is Biden. Let these people go back home and die peacefully. It's time for the younger generation to step up. And Vivek Ramaswamy represents that. And if we're not going to be willing to do that, then this country is done. All of these old talking points and these old ideas, it doesn't work anymore. I don't know if it ever did. We don't have the largest military anymore. We do so much infighting, other countries have to be laughing at us. I mean, yo, could you imagine, like, so let's say you got a friend, right? And you always see him and his brother and sister. Now, they're grown now, they're not kids. They always arguing and fighting. You're like, damn, look at them. They can't even get along. That's a shame. And they're adults. That's us in this country. You know? It seems like most of these people, you know, running, they just want to be president just to be president. They don't even have any clear-cut goals of how to get us back to any type of prominence. Mike Pence is hilarious. He won't be elected. You know? And Trump, no, I think it's time for younger blood in office with real fresh ideas. And that's going to bring this country together and not further divide us. Trump did some things when he was in office, excuse me, that were good. I can't take that away from him. And I wouldn't take it away from him. But many of you who are voting for Trump, like this, you know what I'm saying, like a friend of mine, he's just voting blindly. He doesn't know any of Trump's agenda because Trump didn't have an agenda. Trump was just making it up as he went along. And he knew he could say certain things that was like a dog was, oh, when we build a wall and we're going to get them out of here. And no, that sounds good, but that didn't work. Oh, he didn't finish the wall. Whatever. Vivek Ramaswamy is saying, I'm going to send the military down there. That's how we're going to keep these people out. And I think that'll be very effective. DeSantis try to bite off that talking point too. You know, Trump said, "Oh, I'm going to bring all the jobs back from overseas." And that didn't happen because that can't happen. And what he should have told his constituents in Ohio and Michigan and Indiana and Pennsylvania and Maryland and all these places where they've lost factory workers, yo, sorry, but you're going to have to reinvent yourself. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to make it so that you can go to any local college or technical college for free to get you, and if you want to get a technical, like diploma, certificate in, welding or mechanic work or whatever, you can get it free. So you can at least be able to make a competitive salary. And those that choose to want to go back and they do want to get a 4-year undergraduate, is free. And will pay up to a year of graduate school. So if you got to take a loan out, maybe you should be able to get a master's in a year and a half to 2, if that. So maybe you'd have to pay maybe $8,000 to $10,000 in loans. That's it. You're not being real with these people in these rural areas who are very angry and very upset because they feel like they're being ignored. The reality is they are being ignored. The sad part is it didn't start with just Donald Trump. It started with George W. Bush. It started with Bill Clinton, Reagan, and so on and so forth. That they've been ignoring rural areas since farmers and all of that. And when they stripped them the steel plants and the auto industry from these places, you replaced it with nothing. But you're not being honest with these people and telling them that they have to reinvent themselves, maybe at 50 or 60 years old. And all of that said, that's better than lying, saying you're going to bring a job back that you know you can't bring back. That's it. It's impossible to bring back. It ain't no way you can give companies like GM and stuff like that the tax breaks that they're getting by having their business in other countries. You can't cut it that low. You can't cut the wages as low as they can cut them in Mexico. People here wouldn't work for that, and they have unions. This is what's not being talked about at all. When my father, became an adult, 18, 19, 20, he was able to go work at General Motors with just a high school education and make decent money. And this was the 60s. And decent money then isn't decent money now. I'm sorry to tell people this. And if you're making under this, I apologize. But if you're making this 20 to 20, 25, 30, that's not any money. Number one. Number two, do it times 12 and then think about how much taxes is coming out. And then think about how much everything costs. And again, they're getting their money back from COVID. All those checks that went on and those PPP loans and all of that, and upping people food stamps and the rent moratoriums and people not doing this and doing that. Yo, you thought they were just gonna let that ride? That's not how the government works. They gotta get theirs. Even if it is the American people's. But again, we need a younger person in office, somebody who's vibrant and who has new ideas. And is committed to that. Now, DeSantis, he isn't that much older than me. We're in the same generation as well. The one thing I will give DeSantis, he did serve in the United States military. I think that's a plus. He had a few good points, but for the most part, Christie and Pence was grandstanding. And Christie and Pence and the rest of the politicians was trying to give Vivek a hard time because he didn't have any experience. Trump didn't, and he buried all of you. And he's still leading with the nomination. So we already know we can throw that out the window. That's not valid for anybody. And look, to brag and to brag to say that you're a career politician at this point, and we're looking at the state of this country, you shouldn't be bragging and telling anybody that. You should really be ashamed of yourself. Because this country is really effed up, and it's been a lot of you career politicians. The reason why this country is the way it is, but you're not going to accept responsibility for that because you only accept responsibility for anything. But I know a group that should accept responsibility, the voters who vote for these idiots. Yeah. If you're voting for people that aren't doing their job, aren't doing what they promised to do, and you're not holding them accountable, there's something wrong with you. Oh, you're more worried about their talking points and are they representing for you? See, again, this is the thing with with a lot of the Trump supporters, not all, but a lot of them. They're basically white trash. They have no education. They come from these rural areas, and they feel like they're being ignored. And I told you they are being ignored because nobody cares about poor people. It doesn't matter what color they are. The only time they care about them is this time of year, or year round, like the Democratic Party, because their main talking points come off the backs of the poor and disenfranchised. That's how they keep their jobs. That's how they maintain their power. Where they can say, we got to help these poor people because they're too stupid to do this, and they're too sorry to do that, and blah blah blah. And this is again, and this is something else. This is for Black people. Go and do your research on mass incarceration. Because this was the point Larry Elder was trying to make to those idiots on the Breakfast Club is, most people who are locked up, they're locked up for violent crimes, not nonviolent, because a lot of people, Trump did let a lot of them go. How do you think the Harry O's got out? And Tony Lewis Sr., who was doing life plus for selling narcotics. He was cool with Rayful Edmond. I think I got his name right. In DC. You know what I'm saying? And other narcotics dealers he let out. Hell, he let out Southwest Tea. Well, he got that partner because of COVID, but that was all Trump stuff. So don't act like he didn't do anything. They were locked up as part of mass incarceration. However, that's on the federal level. So look, we see how crime is in our country. So you think the answer is just to open the floodgates and everybody comes home? That's not how it works. It's not how it works. And then you had Nikki Haley who tried to push the the female card because again, everybody has to talk to their target group, and that's what she did. And she's talking about rights and I'm a woman and my body and this and that. Okay, that's all she had going for her. Nothing else. Asa Hutchinson, he was talking, but who was really listening to Asa Hutchinson, man? Southern gentleman, you know what I'm saying? Nobody really cares what he had to say. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately. But like the same site I was telling you about, project538.com, they have a bunch of polls. And the primary vote, Republican primary voters who watched the debate said before the debate, each issue was the most important to determine their primary vote. 52% said getting inflation or increasing costs under control. 44% said controlling immigration. 27% said ability to beat Joe Biden. 14% said reducing crime or gun violence. 29% said someone fighting against liberalism and the woke agenda. 16% said keeping America safe from foreign conflicts or terrorism, and 27% said cutting government spending. All very important issues. Now, how they have them, entered in their percentage, I'm a little different on that, but those are important issues. And this is what I'm saying. You should be able to go and find your said candidate who you're liking to vote for and see where they stand on those things. This is what we all need to do. And stop just listening and going along. We got to learn how to ask those tough questions. We have to learn that, man. We got to stop just going along. And it's very important. This is a crucial election, man, that's coming up. I think all elections is important, but this is even more important. Because I'm sorry, I don't want anybody where I feel like they're being used as a puppet by any movement. And I think we can see that with the Democrats and the people that we know are on the outside. But they're still pulling strings, and we don't see them. Yeah, they're heavily influenced. But I can't wait for the next debate. Like I said, I think Vivek did a great job. I think he stayed poised. He stayed respectful. The other candidates like Pence and Christie, they got out of character because, again, they watched what Trump did, and they think it's going to work for them. There's only one Donald Trump. There's only one gaping asshole, and that's him. I ain't mad at him, no. It makes for good TV. But you have to ask said candidate that you're voting for, or potentially voting for. You know what I'm saying? What do they really represent? Is this stuff beneficial to me, my family, my organization, my job? We need for them to break down what is inflation and why are we in it if you say that is. And then somebody needs to ask about, well, are we paying back from all that COVID money that was supposedly free and all those PPP loans that a lot of people got away with and never had businesses and fraudulent Medicaid claims and all that? Is that what this is about? That's what we want to know. And I don't want to know that from Vivek. You know why? Vivek's not a politician. But let me talk to the ones that's still in office. Y'all should be privy to this information. And let us get it to the people. So yeah, I'm about to end on that note. I just want to tell y'all, man, like, be original. Stop biting everybody else's style, man. It's so pathetic. And it's boring. Again, when I reply to stuff, it's in my own time. I ain't gonna take a year and do it, but it's gonna be on my own time. So look, y'all, I just want, I just want to bring this to your attention. YouTubers, you have to be more creative. You're about to mess it up for all the up-and-coming YouTubers like myself and many other people. Because it's irritating that to see the same thing in your newsfeed like 10 different times from 10 different channels, but it's the same topic. So thank y'all for listening to Right to Truth, man. Please donate to the movement, man. Like, subscribe, and share. It's always a pleasure to come on and talk to y'all and just talk real shit with y'all, man. And I hope everybody has a happy and safe week, a happy and safe Labor Day. I want to come back by Wednesday and drop something new. So hopefully I can make that happen. Like me on Twitter, man. And I got the Facebook Right to Truth page, all one word. You know what I'm saying? Instagram at Phonicz. Like, yo, hit me up. You know, everybody have a blessed evening, man. Be safe.